haste.
Rita's broken.
When we have further information, we will pass it on to you. Thank you.
Rita's still broken.
Rita's still broken. So yeah, we are Loops and Lapbars, and here we are at Alton Towers.
Yes.
You should probably guess because Rita's broken. We're here as part of the Your Experience Guide Secret Weapon Saturday event.
Yep.
Which is going to see that we have a talk with Bianca in the Tower Suite, and at the end of the day we're doing an hour's extended ride time, exclusive ride time, ERT on Nemesis Reborn, which I can't wait for. As you can see, we're in the park already. We have had a couple of rides. First and foremost, which is the Smiler.
Yep. And Smiler's, it's all right. It's not my favourite ride. And today I was on an outside seat instead of inside seat, and we were back row, and I've got to admit I did find it quite a bit jerky, and sort of the pull or the whip as you go over some of the bends and the hills was not fun.
It is getting compared to a shopping trolley, and at times it's not dangerous by any stretch of the imagination, but it does feel like it's really, all the bolts are loose because it just sort of judders around and rattles. But I still love it for that. It's still my favourite ride in the UK currently. That might change this afternoon, but you know, we will see. And then we had to go on Oblivion, didn't we?
We did, yeah. Oblivion, 30-minute queue. It said, I don't think we were in there 30 minutes. I think realistically about 20. And the operations, to be fair, on both rides today have been fairly good.
Yeah.
And they've been chucking trains out, and Oblivion was running well.
Yeah.
Good ride as usual.
Yeah, it's still not the greatest dive coaster in the world, but it gets you up there, drops you off, and it's done with. So I can't really sort of add anything to that. Thing we can talk about a little bit. We did pop into the shop, and merchandise has extended, ever so slightly to when we came for Nemesis's opening. They've got
a couple new pin badges. They've now got, if you've seen at Fort Park, they've now got the metal signs. They've now got one for Rita. They've got one for the Towers Resort as well. Yeah. Which do look really, really nice.
I'm hoping that later on we're going to go into the bunker down by Nemesis Reborn and see, if there is anything new in there, because the Nemesis Reborn stuff's been really, really good. And now, as you can see, we'll buy Rita. We're hoping that it's going to open. We're going to sort of give it, a little bit longer, because the technical team are on site. So obviously, once it opens, we'll get straight in queue and hopefully have a go on Rita and 13 while we're down here.
Yeah.
But otherwise, we'll wander around and carry on.
Yeah.
So I'll see you soon.
Well, here we are in the car.
Yes. Just showing off these things if you really give a crap. 3D printed it so that it holds the camera, so it's no longer held up by baby wipes. So here we are in the car, having just finished what has been a really, really good day at Alton Towers.
Yeah.
So we left you having sat at Rita, waiting for Rita to open, and lo and behold, Rita reopened.
Yeah. And it seemed to be running a lot better today. It was a lot more fast and a lot more quick than it has been in recent memory, so that was really good. good, nice bit of force behind it.
Yeah, I really enjoy Rita. I love the hydraulic launch coasters because I just think that they are all about the launch. Unlike other launch coasters in the country, that's why I just really like Rita. It was a bit rattly, very similar to the Smiler in that it just didn't feel quite tight, but it didn't take away from the experience. You still got some really good airtime on some of the hills. So after that, we were intending to go on 13, but time ran away from us a little bit, and 13 was having technical issues. So we ended up going back to Tower Street to do a talk with Bianca about what they're calling the Sparkle Project, which, I'll be honest, I didn't really enjoy that so much.
No, it was pretty much basically we have power washed everything and put some lights in, and here's some signage too. Yeah,
it's nice to know.
Yeah.
But also, Thorpe Park were doing that throughout the close season, and they were doing it on your Facebook and things like that if you follow Thorpe Park. So, I don't want to be grateful or anything like that. It's still sort of cool to hear, but we knew about Thorpe Park doing it, so couldn't Alton Towers have done it like that? But anyway, I suppose they had to put something in. But anyway, it's still nice to see Bianca. I've never seen her before, and whatnot. Yeah. Then after that, we were supposed to do the Rapids takeover, but we abandoned that for Wicker Man, didn't we?
We did, yeah. Yeah, we all decided that we wanted to go on Wicker Man more, so we went and headed for that queue. Initially, we were looking at an
70 minutes, wasn't it?
80-minute queue, and by the time we got in it and round to it, it dropped to 60 minutes, so that was really good. But Wicker Man was running really well today. They were chucking out trains like no one's business.
Yeah, it's not just that. It also seems to be the longer that Wicker Man stands, and I think this, most of the enthusiasts will know this, the longer it stands, the better it's getting.
Yeah.
It really is finding its feet now. It's not glass smooth, but it's not shake your bones horrible.
Yeah.
It's really, really good fun.
It's that nice level of kind of jerky enough for a Woody, but not Grand National levels of rough if you've ever been on that.
Yeah, it's just feeling very, very unhinged and quite forceful. You bang into corner and bang into corner. Yeah, it's really, really good fun. Is Wicker Man.
Yeah.
Then from Wicker Man we headed on to Curse, didn't we? Yeah.
Yeah. When we got to Curse, we were straight in the queue, and then it went down for a while. So we standed around, had a chat with a few other of the ERT guys that were on the thingy with us today, and I tried out the new. Baby's Cranium ice cream, which
is that what it's actually called?
Yeah, right. Yeah. It's called Baby's Cranium. David put a picture of it up here, but really, really nice. Vanilla ice cream. Good.
Pricey though, wasn't it?
Bit pricey. £11.75 without your discount. £8.80 with your discount, but you do get a cup essentially that it comes in.
It's like a souvenir, if you will. You can buy them in the shop as well.
You can buy these in the shop, but it is genuinely a baby's head.
It's got the Curse of Old Man logo on there.
It's got the Curse of Old Man logo on the back.
It actually, it reminds me of.
Included in the price.
Do you know what that reminds me of? If you've seen Megamind, it looks like Baby Megamind. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Obviously, it's a sort of souvenir, but So obviously, you say Curse broke down, and we were waiting probably about sort of 10-15 minutes. Just chatting and waffling, and then they reopened it, and Curse is running better than it's ever run.
Yeah, they seem to have updated a few of the animatronics in there. It's a lot darker now than what it was when it first opened, which is good. It's now starting to feel a bit more creepy, a bit more like a haunted house, and a bit like ooh, Annabelle's going to get you.
That is Emily. And all the effects, so as the train approached an effect, the effect worked. Yeah, there was no sort of, we're driven past it and then it activates. Everything was activating on time. And I do wish that they'd put out the soundtrack for the garden sequence, because I really love that sort of dun 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 dun. But I can't. It's just me fanboying over the soundtracks. And then after Curse, we started getting towards the end of the day. We sort of walked towards Galactica to find a 40-minute queue, and we thought probably don't want to sort of wait that, because it would mean that we possibly missed out on the photo for the ERT.
Yes.
So while we were at Galactica, we were told about the fact that Galactica had been pressure washed, and it does look nice. I think the pressure washing has done a good job of obviously removing the grime, but it still looks faded.
It does, but also we did get told the sign's been redone, which it has, and it does look really, really good. And also, over the close season, they've redone the gate. So the gate, the Stargater's had a paint up, the lighting now works on it, and it does look really, really good.
Yeah.
It's a shame that they couldn't do the rest of the coaster with it.
Yeah, they've done that, and obviously the entrance sign and the star portal. But yeah, the track just looks so out of place now because it's bright blue in an area that's full of black and death and destruction. And yeah, it just looks so faded. And I do hope that Galactica gets some attention, over the close season, because I think it's either curtains for it, or it needs retheming to fit in with Phalanx and Nemesis. But that's something to talk about probably in another video. Speaking of Nemesis, so we had an hour extended exclusive ride time ERT on it as part of our Your Experience Guide event, and we got multiple rides. I think I probably did 5 or something like that. And
I did 6 loops and donuts. They did 8 between them.
But I will start off with my opinions, because obviously this is your first time riding it, but I've already ridden it and whatnot, and I did manage the fabled rear right back seat, and by God, is it another machine when you're on the back row. Everything whips, and it just feels so insane at the back. And what I did like about it is, as I mentioned it to you, didn't I, as I was walking, because of the sort of the rattle and the vibrations that everyone's mentioned about it, it doesn't make it uncomfortable. What it does do is it means that the train sounds like it's sort of like chittering like bugs do. So it gives it that sort of like
alive
creep
feeling.
factor, alive and creepy factor. But we did a front row, mid train, back train, and the back row for me is the best. Phenomenally love what they've done with Nemesis Reborn.
I've got to say, as like my first few rides today, because last time we were here I was still nursing quite a knackered ankle, so I was able to go on today, which was really good. And I've got to say, front row, all the rows that we tried today are completely different, and you get a completely different ride wherever you are on that train, which I really, really like about it. I mean, say on the front rows, you can feel the pull as you go into the loop. On the back row, you can feel all the flicks and all the whips, and even on the middle rows, you kind of get chucked into corners a little bit more forcefully than what you do on sort of the front or back ends. So it's really, really enjoyable to that extent. It is comfy, and even as a bigger person, they've got no big person seats on the trains. I did notice that, but I was able to get in and be pushed in a bit, but I wasn't uncomfortable with it. It is a little bit knocky, but it's not headbangery Colossus levels of knocky. And once you've done like 1, maybe 2 rides on it, you're fine with it.
You kind of know where to brace yourself a little bit, Yeah,
and you just keep your head back, and absolutely no issues with it today whatsoever. And it rides brilliantly. And I know a lot of people have said, well, it hasn't got so much of the raw now, but
it's
I
coming
feel
back.
That there's more raw now sort of on the trains as you're riding round, and it properly does sound like Nemesis going as you are riding the train, which is really good. The only negative I've got with it
is the slowing down of the eye, isn't it?
Is the slowing down of the teethy bits round the eye. And because sort of the whole press junket last year was we found the beast and she's really, really angry, and now it just looks like she's mildly inconvenienced.
Yeah, it's like...
And it's just like, why have you done that?
Yeah, I feel like the teeth should move very slowly when she's just sort of resting, but when the train comes by and she's really angry, they should really go, sort of thing.
Yeah, and it's just kind of like...
Question though, Nemesis or Nemesis Inferno now? Because you've always been an Inferno fan. Ooh.
I don't know. I think I'm going to go with Nemesis for the theming and the overall trains and the raw. And I think maybe Inferno might just edge out because it is just that little bit now more brazen and in your face, and I'm going to give you some G-forces all the way around it a bit more.
Yeah.
Whereas it took 6 rides for me to come off Nemesis and go, right, I'm done. Whereas Inferno, I'll quite happily do 1 ride and come off and go, yeah, I'm done.
Yeah. Apologies for the cough. Yeah, I still think that Nemesis is better than Inferno, but they're 2 really, really good rides anyway. So,
Yes.
So yeah, the only thing sort of really left to sort of mention is sort of a thank you to Scott and the Your Experience Guide team for obviously putting the event together and whatnot, because we had a great time.
We did, yeah.
I do wish there'd have been a bit more sort of time planned in together, like, you know, even not necessarily another ERT like we had last time, but, you know, just another sort of, oh yeah, we're all gonna, you know, I know we all met up at the Rapids and things like that, but I'd have liked to have seen us all go on Splash Galleons,
Possibly,
or Battle Galleons, sorry, or something stupid like Heave Ho.
Octonauts.
Yeah, Octonauts, something like that. You know, it's an area where we're all together and we're all just sort of, you know, rinsing that ride sort of thing. But that's actually something on the subject of Octonauts. We didn't go in CBeebies, but
No,
we should have
did
done
not.
because
Yeah.
it's its 10th anniversary. But anyway,
Yeah.
so yeah, once again, thank you to Scott and the Your Experience Guide team.
Yeah.
Nothing more to add.
No, don't think so. No, it's been a nice day, nice weather.
Yeah, great company. Obviously, we've had
Yeah.
Loops and Donuts with us all day, as we normally do. And we met some, you know, loads of new faces, too many to name here
Yeah.
and whatnot. But this is for all you guys that, you know, that have got the bigger cameras than me and things like that. They're just the people that have talked to us and just interacted with us. Thank you very much. So that's going to be us signing out from Alton Towers. The next video of these will probably be a European video.
Yes, it's just under 2 weeks now to our big European road trip, and by God, we are looking forward to it.
Yes, first stop on that one. In fact, I'll just leave it as a sort of surprise. But we're looking
Let's
forward
just
to
say
that.
3 countries, 9 parks, 7 of them new. So
Including
looking
a
forward to
finishing
that.
off at Hyperia. So
Yeah.
we're kind of looking forward to that. But anyway, that's us signing out from Alton Towers. Thank you very much for watching, and you take care of yourselves.
Yeah. Bye.